Now, from Wish TV, this is The Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. Coming up tonight, the busy fall sports calendar rolls on. In the Coach's Corner, we're joined by the man leading the top-ranked boys tennis team in the state. Plus, our athlete of the week is coming off a career game for the Brownsburg football team.
Started off a bit slow in the game, so trusted the coach's game plan. The linemen were blocking, the quarterbacks were putting the ball where they needed to be, and I just got to make plays when I get the ball.
It's time to catch an all-new Zone Extra right now.
Hi, everybody. Good evening to you, and welcome to the Zone Extra. I'm Anthony Calhoun. What a week of high school sports with plenty of great action across Central Indiana. In the Coach's Corner, his Braves are currently the #1 ranked boys tennis team in the state. Brebeuf coach Brandon Gill is here in studio for a great conversation. Looking forward to that. Plus, our athlete of the week is coming off a career high 230 receiving yards performance at Brownsburg. Meet the Dogs sophomore Brandon Sharpe, Plus, you won't want to miss our latest edition of Ask the Commissioner with Paul Neidig of the IHSAA. Now let's take a look at this week in high school sports. We are a third of the way through the football regular season and saw plenty of great action last week. Warren Central is 3-0 as the Warriors shut out North Central and haven't allowed a single point this year. Also unbeaten so far this year is Embleton Southeast, and the Royals go on the road and get an 18-point win over Avon. And the defending 6A state champs Ben Davis picked up his first win of the season as the Giants knocked off Pike in a big matchup. And at Ron Khaled, the Royals were fired up to face Bishop Chittard. This was a low-scoring game with Chittard earning a hard-fought 9-3 victory. The Trojans now are 3-0 on the season.
Our defense has been young, and I've always thought that we can pick it up and be very close to what we were last year. Just takes time, and they showed me a ton tonight.
Having a great defense helps a lot. We got 3 points against a really good team is really helpful to have. Knowing we're going to get a stop no matter what, and they're going to put us in good position. And then, having good receivers to rely on, having a good run game to be able to control the ball in the fourth quarter, that helps a lot.
All right, meanwhile at Plainfield, it was the mid-state opener for the Quakers as they hosted Mooresville. This game was all Plainfield as they get the shutout 42-0 and move to 3-0 on the season. And, after the game, head coach Tyler Bless, he joined us live on the Zone for a FaceTime Friday conversation.
A little bit more confident. Obviously learned a lot of lessons from our season last year, some good, some bad, some ugly, but have a really good group of kids, have a really good group of coaches on our staff right now that do a lot of things for us and really looking forward to continuing to improve daily and get our kids a chance to be successful on Friday nights.
Great to talk to Coach. Okay, so here's this week's Class 5A football rankings. #1, you see Plainfield. How about that? Valparaiso 2, Murrayville 3, Decatur Central coming in 4, and then Concord in 5th. And speaking of high school football, of course, don't forget to download our brand new All Indiana Sports app. It's perfect for Friday nights with live scoring, folks, updated throughout the evening. Plus highlights from Central Indiana games and so much more. Check it out, the Indiana best high school sports coverage, the All Indiana Sports coverage right there, the sports app. Check it out, download it right now. All right, moving to the pitch where a busy fall season of action continues for boys and girls teams across the state. We are now less than a month away from the start of sectionals. Last Thursday, #1, Center Grove hosted Southport. First half, Trojans looking really good here. Austin Loudon here brings it down. His shot saved, but Charlie Hebig puts away the rebound. Center Grove up 2-0. Second half we go. More from Center Grove. Owen Durrell chips it in home. Trojans win it. Final score 6-0. They get the victory. All right, here's a look at this week's Class 3A boys soccer coaches poll. Center Grove #1. The Millers of Noblesville 2. You got Zionsville 3. The Greyhounds of Carmel 4. And HSC rounding out the top 5 there in 3A boys soccer coaches poll. Well, Tuesday night it was Park Tudor on the road facing 1A. number 1, Heritage Christian. This was a good game with the visiting Panthers scoring a goal in each half to pick up an impressive 2-1 victory for their 3rd win in the last 4 matches. Job well done there by them. Let's take a look at this week's 1A girls soccer coaches poll. Heritage Christian number 1, see Providence 2, Evansville Christian 3, Oldenburg 4, and you got Westview 5th. Meanwhile, in volleyball, Monday night it was Franklin Central playing host to Center Grove. Each of the first 2 sets are very, very close, folks, with the visitors winning both. The Trojans take control of the 3rd set as well, winning it 25-19 to claim the match. There are now 11-5 on the season. All right, so here we go. Time for a break. We have much more coming your way here tonight on the Zone Extra. Up next is the Coach's Corner. He's leading the current number 1 ranked boys tennis team in the state. Brebeuf's Brandon Gill is here in studio for a conversation. Looking forward to catch up with the coach. Also, he's coming off a huge performance for the undefeated Bulldogs of Brownsburg, their football team. I'm going to issue to our Zone Extra Athlete of the Week. That's on the way.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank. This is the Zone Extra Coach's Corner.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Time now for our Coach's Corner. His Braves are having a great season and ranked number 1 in the state. Please welcome to the show tonight Brebeuf's head boys tennis coach, Brandon Gill, with us tonight. Great seeing you as always, man.
Thank you for having us.
Well, glad to have you here. I love golf, but I definitely love tennis too. And I played tennis in high school back in the day. And so for your team to be ranked number 1 in the state says a lot about you and the guys you have playing for you as well. Talk about just how special it's been and what kind of team you have right now.
Yeah, it's been kind of a labor of love for 10 years. When I came in, just trying to build the program up and get everybody on the same page. And these guys have been working extremely hard. You know, our seniors especially. Just want to give them a quick shout. They've really just worked their tails off. So it's a full year, you know, all year round sport. And so the work really doesn't stop. It's all year round for these guys.
Yeah, take me through this. I mean, do you like about this team that really stands out to you? You talk about the senior leadership, but what it is about these players when they get into these match plays?
You know, playing tennis, you gotta have a lot of mental toughness, and I think the fact that they're competing year round is huge for them. So they can get into these big situations in high school tennis. So you got a lot of fans cheering. The pressure is different. So I think it helps them that they're playing all year round. And you know, we have a couple all-sport athletes. It never hurts to have a couple of great athletic guys that can kind of coming off baseball or coming off whatever they're doing and just pick up kind of where they left off.
Yeah, where do you hope to see this team grow as you continue to get closer, because sectionals will be here before you know it?
Yeah, I mean, it's an individual sport, and you have to kind of be able to find some type of camaraderie and team aspect to it, even though you're out there by yourself. So just focusing on trying to get them to understand that we win as a team and we lose as a team, and just to be as unselfish and play for one another, and, you know, let the chips fall where they may.
You spent, a decade there, a little over a decade, 11 years, correct? Yeah, at Brebeuf.
Yeah.
And so that's a long time when you think about being anywhere for us when you're talking about being a coach. But 11 years there at Brebeuf. What do you enjoy most about being around these student athletes here?
Well, Brebeuf is a special place. We have special administration, special athletic directors. I mean, the families, the kids, they work hard. So big shout out, because that's a big reason why I'm there still, I think.
Of course,
it's a testament to just how special Brebeuf is. So, you know, I think it's a family atmosphere, and I think, it's been a great ride in my time there.
For you to be a tennis player in high school, you played at Park Tudor. We know how great the programs have been at Park Tudor for so many years.
Yeah.
Do you pinch yourself to realize that, hey, look at me, I got an opportunity I played tennis here in this city. Now I get a chance to coach in this city. How special is that?
Yeah, I think it's just through my family too. My family, we come from a little bit of a tennis background, so yeah, the journey's been fun, and I love how it's kind of been able to be into different programs and kind of have, you know, my footprint, I guess, if you will, on, you know, the Partutor tennis program, and now, you know, hopefully we can do something special at Brebeuf. Okay, so Coach Gill, stay right there. We got a little surprise for you. We know you're doing an incredible job coaching there at Brebeuf, and your players, they have a special message for you. Take a look at this.
Okay. I've had a lot of great moments with Brandon over the last 4 years, especially at Brebeuf. I think he's a great coach. Like, obviously, he pushes us a lot. He'll kind of like rip into us if he thinks we're not playing the best. Like, not in a bad way, but like push us to do better. You know, I feel like he's got a lot of good tactics in between, like in the matches, and just he's got a lot of good advice to give out because he's played at such a high level.
He definitely demands a lot of us. So kind of when we're not performing, he like gets mad, and it's funny. Like he's a clipboard slammer, so it's pretty funny every time he does that when someone like struggles, and then they'll pick it up and it'll be all good at the end. But it's pretty funny when that happens.
You gotta love that. That's from some of your seniors there. But that's great. How does that make you feel to have the support from them, and also the entire support from the Brebeuf, you know, from the administration as well? Yeah, just love our seniors. You know, everything that they get this year, they deserve. And yeah, I can't say enough about the school, the administration. You know, I would not trade my time at Brebeuf for anything. Yeah, I understand that. Well, listen, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. The best of luck to you and the team the rest of the way. I know it's not easy trying to win a state championship, but man, #1 in the state right now. You're on your way, but I know it's one match at a time. One match at a time. Yep. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We got much more coming your way here in the Zone Extra. It's our athlete of the week, folks. He's the Brownsburg wide receiver coming off a career game last week. Coming up, meet the Bulldogs sophomore Brandon Sharpe, and he has been sharp of late. Plus, we go on campus tonight with former Zionsville Eagle and current Purdue Boilermaker offensive lineman Gus Hartwig. That's coming up.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
All right, we're back here on the Zone Extra. Anthony Calhoun here with you tonight. Second-ranked Brownsburg is once again, folks, one of the teams to beat on the football field this season. The Dogs are perfect 3-0 on the year ahead of this week's rivalry clash with Avon. A key reason for that success is, well, the play of the sophomore wide receiver Brandon Sharpe. Last week, Sharpe went for a career high, get this, 230 yards receiving on 7 catches and 2 touchdowns. Before the season, he's averaging over 115 receiving yards per game. Brandon, who also plays basketball for Brownsburg, says he loves being able to represent the school and is ready to do whatever is needed for his team to be successful.
We started off a bit slow in the game, so trusted the coach's game plan. You know, the linemen were blocking, the quarterbacks were putting the ball where they needed to be, and I just got to make plays when I get the ball. So that's how that happened.
He's a special kid. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's been special for a while. You can kind of see him coming up through the program. We've had a rich tradition over the last 6-7 years of great wide receivers, and him and Avon are going to be right in that group. He's became very detailed on his routes. I think before he was just used to being open, and now he has to compete against people that are the same athletic level as him.
I feel like I've grown with my mentality and my maturity, because going freshman year is obviously I take it serious, but it's not as serious as sophomore, junior, going, etc.
He comes from a solid family and a work ethic family, and I think that's so it's kept him grounded. I don't think anything is going to change his demeanor. The way he works at football and basketball and track to work on his speed is unusual in today's world.
It's a blessing for sure, because yeah, it does come with a lot of pressure, but pressure, you know, makes you as a person. So that gives me a lot of opportunities I never thought I would have, and it's been great so far.
Wow, what a career he is having there at Brownsburg. Congratulations to Brandon and the Dogs. Hey, don't forget, everybody, Wish TV has a brand new sports app. Get your phones out right now. Scan the QR code on the screen and Download the completely free All Indiana Sports app. You can find more on this story and so much more on the All Indiana Sports app. Download it today. All right, time for another break, but more coming your way on the Zone Extra. Our Ask the Commissioner segment is coming up. Plus, we get you ready for a busy Friday night of football tomorrow on the Zone.
This is the Zone Extra, presented by Old National Bank.
All right, welcome back here to the Zone Extra. Now it's time to go on campus tonight where we catch up with a former Central Indiana High School athlete as they compete at the collegiate level. This week, we head to West Lafayette. Purdue senior lineman and former Zionsville standout Gus Hartwig anchors a Boilermaker offensive line that will be challenged by in-state rival and 18th ranked Notre Dame this weekend at Ross-Ade Stadium. Hartwig, who is in year 5 at Purdue, knows the Irish defense is very tough, but believes the Boilers' flexibility on the line is an advantage for the team.
I think like having versatility throughout a whole offensive line just kind of makes the ability to, if something happens here, you can move somebody there, because it's tough to go through with just 5 guys or maybe 6 guys and 6 that can all play one spot. So kind of having versatility and depth just makes it so you don't lose a beat if something happens, and then you can move guys around. Just kind of having versatility and depth and really competition throughout the room to really bring the best out of everybody, I think is really important.
Okay, one of our favorite parts of covering high school sports is the fans, of course, and the school spirit we see is incredible each and every week. And during the fall, we award the prestigious Zone banner to the school with the best spirit. Take a look at some of the best from this past week. Oh, this is what the students are competing for, the Zone Championship banner presented by Crew Car Wash and Bailey & Wood Mortgage Lender. We are giving this huge banner to the school that's in the zone, has the best school spirit. Which high school is going to be the 2024 champs and claim the undisputed Top Spirit Award? And this banner hang up at your school at the end of the season? We are going to find out coming up very, very soon. All right, now it's time to ask the commissioner. Each week, we take one of your questions to IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig and bring you his answer. Here is this week's question. How much fun was it watching the current and former Indiana high school athletes compete and succeed over the summer in the Olympics?
Well, I'm certainly, you would call it an Olympic junkie. I try to watch it as much as I can. And, you know, what a phenomenal showing for Indiana states. And, you know, we are a relatively small state compared to a lot. But then our student athletes perform what a big stage. And, you know, Cole Hawker running that 1600 the way he did and come home with a gold medal. And our Indiana favorite, Lily King, still didn't disappoint in the Olympics. And she came back and finished strong with her gold medal on that last relay. And there are so many more, our cycling events and multiple swimmers. And, you know, it's, again, I say it often, but it's good to be from Indiana. Especially if you want to be an Olympian, because our kids have done well here on the national stage.
The commissioner's right about that. Always great to hear from him. By the way, Miami TV Channel 23 is your local home for high school sports. Coming up tomorrow night, it's a MIC matchup. 4th ranked and unbeaten Warren Central hosting Lawrence Central. Warren hasn't allowed a single point through the first 3 games of the season. You can see all the action on Miami TV Channel 23 coming up tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And it's a big night of high school football across Central Indiana. I'll be live from Hamilton Southeastern for our Zone tailgate and the rivalry, the Mudsock rivalry game between HSC and Fishers. Plus, we will have scores and highlights from the most games in the state on the Zone coming up tomorrow night at 11:08. And let's take a look at some of the other games we'll be following your way. Coming up tomorrow, we got Center Grove, Ben Davis. You see Trinity against Carmel, Westville, Noblesville, Avon against Brownsburg, and Cathedral taking on Chittard. A lot of rivalry games. We've got you covered right here on Wish TV tomorrow night at 11:08. It should be a good time. Of course, we have more highlights than any other station in the entire state of Indiana. Okay, that's going to do it for the Zone Extra, everybody. Thank you so much for watching tonight. And, of course, we're back here next week, same time, same place.